is lame and absurd, but just a bit. You need to sit back and observe a certified pimp.
So oh yes he is. I mean that boy does the shit.
So messy is
Fresh to death.
Ain't nobody fresh as he is.
They can't compare.
Won't get next to him
Because
he's so fly.
I mean the boy's so clean. From his white tee home down to those jeans. You see the ice in the pinky.
Good morning, everybody. What's up? It's your man, Ken Jackson, streaming live today to YouTube and Facebook. So check it out. Today, I'm talking about the national debt. Donald Trump is always talking about the millions and trillions of dollars that the country's been taking in, on tariffs and such. And a lot of you maggots don't understand that we're not taking in anything. We pay the tariffs. So we're basically paying taxes on our imports that come into the country. And not us, the citizens, directly, but the companies that import these products. They pay the import tax, which is what a tariff is, and then they pass along that added cost to us, the consumers. So eventually, we end up paying the tariff, not the foreign countries that are shipping the products to us, because they don't pay taxes on their shit. What kind of sense does it make to pay tax on the shit that they're selling to us? You follow what I'm saying? So when Donald Trump talks about we've taken in trillions and trillions in taxes, in fact, the latest number I heard was 10 trillion. A couple of weeks ago, he said we had taken in 17 trillion in tariff money. And my question is always, okay, if we've taken in that much, where did it go? Because it obviously isn't going to the national debt. Not at all. In fact, take a look here. This is the national debt clock in real time. Okay? We are 38,209,952,000,000 in debt nationally. That amounts to every citizen. If every citizen were paying on that, that would amount to $111,120. But because only the taxpayers pay into that, that means that each taxpayer has a debt of $328,220. Let that shit sink in. Each and every one of us individually is over $300,000 in debt to the country because we bear the tax burden. Think about that. Really think about that. And this includes all taxpayers, whether you own property or not. So think about it. Before you even purchase a home, you're already $300,000 in debt, 300,000 plus, and it's rising by the second. Look at the clock. The debt is rising almost $100,000 every second. Or no, I'm sorry, $100 every second. It's going up so fast, though. We're going to, we're going to hit 40 $40 trillion in debt here before too long, and Donald Trump is doing nothing to slow that down. In fact, and I'm not going to blame just Donald Trump. I'm going to blame the entire government because Congress is the department that handles our fiscal responsibility. They're the ones who write the checks. They're the ones that authorize funds to be dispersed to certain entities. And as it stands right now, you know, I often wonder, you know, when they have these government shutdowns, they say because we don't have the money. We don't have the money. And how is that though? Because we print our own money. Why can't they just print 38 trillion and pay off the national debt? Well, because that would cause markets to crash, obviously. Inflation would go ridiculously high, untouchably high. And there's a whole lot of other technical factors that goes into that. Mainly because U.S. money is not backed by anything. U.S. money is, in all, you know, intents and purposes, counterfeit money. We don't have the gold in Fort Knox to back 38 trillion. You know what I'm saying? And then here's the biggest question. Who the fuck are we in debt to? Who do we owe money to as the United States? Think about that. Think about it. Who we owe money to? Ourselves. Almost 90% of the U.S. national debt is to ourselves. We are in debt to ourselves. That's like you taking out a loan from yourself and you know, basically not paying yourself back. It's weird, you know, how all these dynamics work and such. But in the history of this country, Democrats have been the only ones to balance the budget. Think about that too. Why is it that every time the economy comes up, Republicans are considered to be the ones that are fiscally responsible when a Republican president has never balanced the U.S. budget? A Democrat has. Bill Clinton left office with a surplus. All bills were paid and we had money in the bank. You know what I'm saying? And then it's been all downhill since then. President Obama actually paid down a lot of the U.S. national debt when he was in office, but as soon as Trump got in there, that shit went sky high again. You know what I mean? So listen, you people have to do your research and you have to understand how all this shit works. You know, we got people though that do this for a living. You know, we got accountants and number crunchers, and they still don't really understand how it all works. But the simple fact is that our national debt is rising faster than we can ever pay it off. We'll never get it paid off. I don't think we'll ever pay off $38 trillion. It's going to take private corporations to come in. And see, that's the key. We need to tax these billion-dollar and trillion-dollar companies a little bit more. They need to be paying their fair share. It doesn't make sense to me that a billionaire like Elon Musk will pay less in personal taxes because of loopholes in this system. I get it. Listen, I mean, if there were loopholes that I could take advantage of, I would damn sure take advantage of it, you know, if they were legal. And that's the problem that we have, is the fact that there are so many legal loopholes for these billionaires to take advantage of, and we the little people, the everyday consumers, are the ones paying the price. And honestly, it wouldn't take much. Just raise their taxes 10% on billionaires and multi-trillion dollar companies. We got companies like Apple, Amazon. These motherfuckers, Bill Gates and Microsoft. It's crazy. Elon Musk. You know, these dudes are out here spending billions playing with rocket ships and research that really isn't going towards helping anybody. When, I mean, just the five names alone that I mentioned, you know, could solve world hunger. You know what I mean? They could. They could knock out homelessness in America and not even feel it. They estimate it would be about 20 billion a year to end homelessness in this country. But yet, you know, we can send, you know, hundreds of billions of dollars to all these other foreign countries. Trump is sending 40 billion to Argentina. Why? Why? You know, we need to take care of home first. Take care of home first. You talk so much about America first, but America is always last on the list when it comes to being taken care of. You know, this bogus immigration policy that Trump is executing. Let me tell you something. Immigrants are not the problem. It's immigrants that built this country. You know what I'm saying? Immigrants made this country prosperous and vibrant, you know, and great to live in. But now, I don't know. You know, I don't know. Because Trump is trying to get rid of all the brown immigrants, not the white ones now. He's deporting the brown immigrants. He has an open door policy to like white South Afrikaners. They can come here and claim asylum for the false narrative that they're being persecuted in South Africa. Come on, y'all. Knock off that bullshit. And I know y'all seen that interview the other day with Elon Musk's father. That racist asshole needs to be put away somewhere. But you know, at the same, and I understand where Elon gets it from because he was born and bred into it. You know what I mean? But listen. Contrary to popular belief, there is no replacement, no replacement narrative going on. There's more brown people in the world than white people. There always has been. It's always been that way. In fact, white people are probably a fluke in nature. You know what I'm saying? And that's no, you know, not, you know, no disrespect to white folks. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, y'all are basically at the end of the evolutionary chain as far as humans go. Everybody came from a black African woman, you know, whether y'all want to admit it or not. You know, so knock it off. Knock off the bullshit. We got to figure out how to come together. We got to solve this debt problem. We got to get this money under control, get these bills paid. And isn't it crazy that the country is $38 trillion in debt, but these motherfuckers got the nerve to come after us, you know, for a few $1,000s, you know, $100,000, you know, want to take all of our shit. Is it possible for us to start foreclosing on government properties? You know, maybe all of the political figures, Congress and the Senate, you know, maybe we can just start foreclosing on their shit to try to pay down some of this debt. You know, let's go foreclose on Donald Trump's properties, his golf courses and shit, and put that money towards some of this debt, because right now, none of this shit's getting paid. And we are fucked up in the game for real. But that's it. That's real, y'all. This is the national debt clock in real time. Look at how fast those numbers are climbing. They're not going down. And I gotta ask Donnie, yo, if we've taken in, trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars, where did it go? Because it obviously didn't go to the national debt. Where did it go? It's bullshit, y'all. It's bullshit. Donald Trump is lying to you every single freaking day. All he's doing is lining his pockets and enriching himself and his family and friends. And we got to put a stop to it. I'm your man's Ken Jackson. This has been the Ken Jackson Experience. Excuse me. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel right here, Crazy Baby TV World on YouTube, the Ken Jackson Experience. Regular live broadcast, 9 p.m. Sunday nights Eastern Time. Join me. Join the conversation. Leave comments down below or to the side or wherever the hell they're at on the screen. I have no idea. But leave comments. Let me know what you think. Shouldn't we get this national debt under control? What say you? All right, I'm out. I'll be back later, though, with an unboxing of a new surprise piece of gear for the studio that's going to make life so much better for me, and hopefully it's going to make content better for you. But I'll be back once I get that in and we do the unboxing and setup. All right, I'm out. I will catch y'all later. Peace.